Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Judd KUHN Chevrolet, and I'm checking out the 2019 Chevrolet Suburban in the new RST Performance Edition. Emphasis on performance, style, comfort, all kinds of cool stuff, so let's go ahead and check it out. This Suburban is sitting on 285/45 Bridgestone tires, wrapped around a serious looking 22-inch alloy wheel in a gloss black. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc rotors on all four wheels. According to the window sticker, this color is called black. So didn't have to really look at the window sticker to know that. Hopefully it'll give you an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so here in the front, it's pretty much all gloss black. The grille and the chrome popping out there. The center portion of the bow tie is a flat black here, separating it from the grille. It does have the active grille shutters behind there to give it a little bit more aerodynamics. This portion at the very bottom and right up in here is a matte black. You also have parking sensors across the front and the back. Now the headlights, there's a dual headlight system here. It does have an LED accent right in there, and low beams are in a projector tube powered by HID bulbs. High beams are in a reflector powered by halogens. Same thing with the fog lights. So looking at the profile of the vehicle, you can see the length. But just overall, the theme is, of course, blacked out apparently. So you have body colored handles, side mirrors, pillars. The back glass is all tinted with the privacy glass. Now if you were to tint the front glass, it would complete the total package there. It does have a little bit of alloy popping through the wheels, giving a little tiny bit of contrast there. But just overall, solid black, which is pretty nice looking. Even the badging is also in black. This is what the key looks like, and it's a proximity key designed to where you can keep it in your pocket and use the vehicle 100% without taking it out. But it's a very solid, high quality feeling key, a lot more solid and high quality feeling than the average vehicle that has a proximity key. Now it does have very useful buttons, the lock and unlock, remote start, which is used after you lock the vehicle, and then you can push that and hold it and it'll start up. You also have two ways of opening up the back. So this one is the full lift gate. This is just for your glass. And then you have a panic button and a physical key on the inside in case you need it. Let's go ahead and push that panic button. All right, so the first one, when you first hold it, it'll just chirp a little bit. So if you're just trying to locate your vehicle in a parking lot, it's not gonna draw a huge amount of attention. But if you hold it down, then it gives you that louder beep and more attention getting. As long as you have the key with you, it could be in your pocket, in a bag, as long as it's within a close proximity of the outside of the outside of the door here, then you can lock or unlock the door by pushing this button. So locking it, you just push the button, locks it up, push it again to unlock it. Here's the inside of the passenger side door. Mostly black. It does have some wood grain and some contrast stitching. So you have a French design stitching there, and then a single layer. Now this is soft touch up here. Here, around your arm, all the way in this area is all soft touch. And then down here, you get some hard touch plastics. Also, this strip right in here is hard touch between here and here. Has a little storage space right in here and a big one down here with some cup holders. And the handle does not go all the way through, so you can use that as a quick access spot to put something, I suppose. Sill plate has some badging there, Chevrolet badging. Power seat here for the passenger side. Goes up, down, tilt, and power lumbar adjustments. So for a passenger seat, it's very capable as far as adjustments. Then you have the heated and ventilated leather seats with the contrast stitching. Very small perforations there. I don't know if you can see those in the center portion and up here. Very comfortable seats, as you would expect from a Suburban. Check out the legroom. Also the chairs being way above the floor, so that way you're sitting in a chair. It's more like a chair than a seat, I should say. So that helps out with the legroom. So you can see there's some slight tapering here, but then it's expanded on that side to kind of make up for it apparently. The dash right here is soft touch. Then you have the hard touch plastics there. You also have the stitching. Handles on most of the doors except for the driver's side, which you can use the steering wheel as a handle. Have a little accent there, metallic accent that matches the rest of the interior. Lockable glove compartment. Smooth plastic on the inside. You also have a storage compartment here on the side of the console, so that way you can put a file folder or papers or whatever you want in there. That's pretty handy. Here's the inside of the back door. Now you notice it swings out quite wide. It's a large door, and this helps out with getting in the vehicle, of course. But here's the inside. You have the stitching, the soft touch, just like the front. Storage pocket, very similar to the front, except for you have the cup holder here in the more forward position. Captain's chairs here in the second row. They do have the latch system here in the second and third row for car seats. Pockets on the back of both front seats. And you have the handles, wide open legroom. You also have heated seats back here. And there's your controls. You also have climate control adjustments back here, USB charge ports. You also have an HDMI input for the entertainment system back here. There's a 12-volt power supply. You also have a outlet like you'd find in your house. Storage pocket down here. Here's your entertainment system. There's your screen that pops down. It's a wide screen, looking pretty nice. There's also a screen that plays the same thing for the third row passengers as well. So one good thing about having the captain's chairs here is that kids can go through the center seats here, the center portion of the seats, and reach the third row. Now, you can also move the seat out of the way to access the third row for adults, apparently. So there's actually two positions this seat has. One is a cargo mode, so we can lift that up and it flips down, and then that way you can add to your cargo space. There's a strap here, pull that, and it's assisted, and it'll kind of spring itself up like so you can have either cargo space or you can access the third row. So if you have a car seat in this seat, of course you can't flip it, so you can access it through the center of the two seats. So here's the third row, and it has the latch system. There's a cup holder. On that side you have a 12-volt power supply and two cup holders. Climate control vents, and your entertainment system there. But you notice the legroom, it has a pretty good ways off the floor. So that's one of the things with third row seats, is that if they're too close to the floor, then your knees are sticking up in the air. So these are pretty good ways off the floor, helping out with that just in case you have adults back here in the third row. So looking at the back of the vehicle, you can see it has the roof rails in black, of course, and the cross members already in place. So they're ready to go for your luggage up there. And then you have a third brake light over here at the top, powered by LEDs. And behind this is a secret hidden, you can see under there, hopefully, windshield wiper. So it extends out, so it's completely smooth without it. Back here, you don't have typically you'd have a windshield wiper right here and it kind of looks ugly. This is completely out of the way and just makes it less cluttered here in the back. The backup camera is in the very center position right here, which is absolutely perfect in my estimation. And then you have the parking sensors across the back. You also have your tow hitch behind this cover. And that way it keeps it nice looking. So you remember the buttons on the keys here? Let's go ahead and use those. So this first one here on the left side, we're going to double tap that, and it's going to pop open the glass. So now we can lift up just the glass and leave the bottom portion down. So now it reveals the location of the windshield wiper. It's not so hidden now, is it? But this gives us access to the back of the vehicle. Let's say we have a lot of stuff here. We don't want to open up the entire hatch. Stuff might fall out because it's so cluttered, or whatever the case may be. If we just want to have a quick access through the window, we can do that. If you don't want to take the key out of your pocket, you can simply, as long as you have the key with you, you can push the button here on the far right side, and that'll also release it. If we want to open up the full lift gate, we just go ahead and push it on the right side, double tap that, and it will lift it up for us. There's also a button back here that you can push under here to lift it up if you'd like. Okay, so if you have all the seats occupied with passengers, this is your cargo space, which is huge. And it even gets better. So you can put a shade back here if you'd like. You can also put a net pocket, tie downs. Behind this cover here on the left side is a fuel box, but also a place where you can find your jack and your tools for your spare tire. You can see there's a little cargo bin right here that's accessible to the third row passengers as well. Here on the right side is a 12-volt power supply. You can see your tie downs. Also the ability to lower the seats and flip them up using these buttons. We'll show you that in just a second. A little more cargo space under here. You just lift this up, and it's assisted. So you just lift it up really high like so. Now it'll stay up by itself. You can see the shock there in the center portion. And you have this whole area in which you can put smaller items or flat items, that kind of thing. Okay, so these buttons, let's go ahead and fold these third row seats down. You can do one right here. So you can fold it down, or you can raise it up. So it's real easy to add to your cargo space when you need extra space here. Then you also have this button. So let's go ahead and push that, and it flops down that seat. So now we've added to our cargo space while still maintaining passenger space, and we've done it just by pushing buttons back here. Now this one will lower and raise the seat. This one will only drop it. You will have to manually lift it up for the second row. Now you can fold down all the seats and get a really wide open spot back here for a massive amount of cargo space. To lower the lift gate, you can of course use the key, or you can just simply push this button right here and it'll lower for you. Fuel door is here on the driver's side, all the way in the back, and it's a capless design, so you don't have to worry about touching a dirty cap. You just open the door, pump the gas, and you're all set. As long as the key's inside the vehicle, it could be in your pocket, in a bag, it doesn't matter. As long as it's inside, put your foot on the brake and hold it, and push this button right here to start it up. Really quiet, smooth engine. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see the floor mat snaps in place, so that way it doesn't move around on you. Here's your accelerator and brake pedal. Slight incline on your footrest there on the left side. So let's go ahead and take a look. There's also a foot actuated parking brake here. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To lift the hood up, there's a latch a little bit to the left of center here. So you reach in, move it to the right, and lift up. Doesn't take much effort, and it eventually just goes up the rest of the way by itself. And check out that insulated hood. Nice, smooth, just, I don't know, the way it looks is just high quality. You also have the braces here on the sides, seal across the back. You notice this brace, you can see there's a brace, a small brace here, larger brace here, and this one's covered up with a insulation material to keep you from shorting out the battery, just in case you put jumper cables or something on it. There's the battery, it's easy to get to. Fully insulated and heat shielded firewall. You can actually see the engine here. It's not covered up with too much plastic. A little bit there in the front it is. Now, since this is the RST Performance Package, this one has the 6.2 liter V8 engine with 420 horsepower. Now that's paired to a Hydra-Matic, a new Hydra-Matic 10L80 10-speed automatic transmission. It also has the magnetic ride control, which adjusts the suspension on the fly as you're driving. It's absolutely amazing. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. So you have your child safety features here, so you can lock out the rear windows, lock the rear doors, keep them from opening them up. Safety locks. Power windows, so you have one touch down and up on all four windows. You can see it goes up and down quite smooth. Side mirrors are adjusted here. You just pick a side and adjust it with this little pad, or you can power fold them in by pushing the center button. You can actually see on the side mirror there, hopefully, the indicator for your blind spot monitor system. You also have turn signal indicators as well, and they are auto dimming and heated. So you have two presets for your seat as well as an exit mode. Power seat, just like the passenger, has up, down, forward, all that stuff, as well as a power lumbar adjustment. Now it's a four-way power lumbar adjustment, by the way. Here to the left of the steering column, there's your dimmer switch for your interior gauges, your HUD heads-up display adjustments, your brightness, making it go up and down, and then this is for different information that you can cycle through. You just rest on the one you want. And then you have your headlight controls here. You have daytime running light off by pulling it this way and letting go. Pull it again to turn it on, and you have automatic parking, and then your headlights. Push this in for your fog lights, and then your four-wheel drive controls are here. So you have two-wheel drive high, automatic, four-wheel drive high, and four-wheel drive low. Trailer brake gain control is here, so you can adjust that based on your needs. And then you have your pedal adjustments, your accelerator and brake pedal. You can move in and out. Traction control off button, default will be on. And then your parking sensors you can turn on or off here, as well as your lane departure warning system. You can turn that on or off. You also have a power tilt and a telescoping steering column. Here's your heads-up display, and you can move it up and down. You can change the information that's displayed there. That's your RPMs right there. And then you can adjust your brightness. Also, if you have polarized sunglasses, sometimes it'll make it look a little bit dimmer depending on the setting that you have. So you have to set it up for your particular situation. But it just makes it a little bit dimmer with my sunglasses. Otherwise, it's very bright. Okay, so here I am on the inside checking it out. A couple things that really amaze me. One thing is how quiet it is. So you have a really quiet exterior and interior. So even when I lifted the hood, the engine was fairly quiet. I mean, it was a lot more quiet than an average 4-cylinder. With all the horsepower and everything, they're able to subdue the sound so that way you don't have to hear a bunch of rumbling and everything at an idle. So, oh yeah, what's this? Oh, we have a giveaway in this video. Looky there, I have a trash stash car litter bag ready to go. All I gotta do is send it to you. But you gotta be the winner first. You have to be in the USA. So if you're in the USA, then make a comment in the comment section and just say, I want that trash stash. Say, I want that trash stash. So this is basically just a trash can that mounts. You can hang it on anything, but it's intended to go on the back of a seat. It has a spring-loaded top portion, so it springs open, springs closed, and it's leak-proof, so you can throw all your junk in there on a long trip. And it's good to have a trash bag in your vehicle. I use mine all the time. So anyways, give me that trash stash, or say something like that in the comment section, so that way I know you're in the United States and you want to win this, and I'll send it to you if I pick a winner in 2 weeks. So I'm going to give a full 2 weeks before I pick a winner, so that way everybody has a chance to leave their comments, and let's continue on. So I have the seat all the way back and all the way down, so you give you an idea. I'm 6 feet tall, just to give you an idea of the leg room here. This is a little bit too far back. Now, one thing that's, especially at this far back, is the slight angle of the footrest down here is just not enough for me to support my foot. So I'd have to be in a more forward position, otherwise this would not be comfortable for me. I would rather it be up higher, so I'm not sure why they have it at such a very slight angle there. Okay, so here's the steering wheel. It's a leather wrapped steering wheel, heated by the way, and comfortable, soft to the touch, pretty good thickness. The heated controls right here, and it gives you a little indicator light when it's on. Cruise controls here on the left side. It's also, it also has the forward collision warning system. So you have the collision alert system, which you can turn on or off. And there's the cruise control. On the right side, there's your Bluetooth controls, your voice recognition, and these buttons correspond with the screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in just a minute. On the back of the steering wheel, you have some buttons here. On the right side is your volume, so you up and down. You see that back here, up and down for your volume. And on the left side is to change through your tracks, whether it be a radio station or audio track or whatever, or CD track for that matter. Okay, so your windshield wiper and turn signal controls are over here. And okay, so here's your gauges. So the outer portion, the outer gauges here are physical gauges. So your RPM is on the left. On the right side is your speedometer. But here in the center portion is a digital screen. So the digital screen, you can see the four-way flashes here on the steering column right there. But so the digital screen here has different representations for gauges. So they just look like gauges, but they're digital. So at the top, there's your oil pressure, engine coolant temperature, your fuel gauge, and your battery voltage. Now you can change those in the settings depending on what you want. So like say if you wanted to have the transmission temperature, if you're pulling a trailer or something up there, you can have that. So right there, right now it's showing in the middle here in the big portion is a digital speedometer, and it has showing your cruise control is active and your odometer and what gear you're in there. So using these buttons, we're going to cycle through, and you can see this is part of a menu system. So if I scroll down, you can see I'm getting some more information here. But this is in the information screen. Even has the tire pressure and all that. But if I scroll to the left, you can see there's the info, and you have different other options here. So you have your audio, your phone, navigation, and then you can go into your settings there. This is where you can change to kilometers per hour, stuff like that. So when you go to audio, it's just going to give you, you know, what your radio is doing. Phone will give you caller ID and stuff, and navigation will give you the map and turn-by-turn directions here in the center, as well as on the larger screen. And you can go into your options here, and there's quite a few different options there. Like my default would be the information with the digital speedometer. Okay, so here's your shifter, and you notice it has some buttons on it. This is your trailer, your tow mode basically. So you push that, so that way the transmission is able to be ready for the extra weight. And then you have the ability to downshift on your gears if you need to, or upshift. Because it is a 10-speed automatic transmission. Alright, so here's the center stack. I like the way the transitions here. It's nice, smooth, rounded transition from the dash to the center console. Soft touch all in here, looks nice. Okay, so this is your touchscreen. Now, the touchscreen is actually like a little safe. Just wanted to show you that before we go on any further, because this is awesome. Pushing this button lifts this up, and you have this compartment back here with a USB port. So this is where you can put some valuables. You can see there's already some valuables in here. But fantastic, it gets it out of the way, kind of like a secret compartment back there, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so this is your touchscreen. Let's go ahead and push this home right here. So we push that, and you can see your icons. So you have audio, phone, projection. This is where you use your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability. You just have to plug in the appropriate phone. It'll install the appropriate program and give you those programs here on the screen. That's what the projection is. Navigation, settings, weather. There's all kinds of features here in the home screen. These are all your icons, similar to your cell phone in a way. It has all these little icons that are customizable. So let's go into your audio first. You have your presets there at the bottom. It shows you what station you're in, and you can change to different media sources here. So let's go to devices. Okay, so right now there's nothing plugged in. So it does have the ability to play through Bluetooth and different audio sources there, but you do have to plug something in to, like, say, the USB or something like that, or pair your Bluetooth phone. So let's go ahead and push the home button. And once you pair your phone, you have access to your contacts, recent calls, a keypad to send and receive calls here. You can also transfer it back to your cell phone if you want to have a private conversation. And then we mentioned the projection for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then your navigation is here. So right now it's showing the night mode because I have the shade over the light sensor over here, so it thinks it's dark outside. But let's go ahead and see if we can pinch zoom it. Yep, we can pinch zoom it and see where we're at and get our bearings. We can go ahead and put in a destination, put an address, we can save contacts, things like that. Let's go back home, and we have a lot of settings. Now you can also display pictures and video here on the screen using the USB port. You can download more apps. So that kind of gives you an idea. Let's go ahead and push this media button. Yeah, still not gonna It's not going to give us anything. It's not going to give us a list, basically, unless we have something plugged in. So it does have a CD player here, which you can eject right there. Volume, tune through the stations. You also have a push this button for on certain screens for a menu. So like say a good audio, you can push menu, and then it pops up your settings here for that particular screen. As I go backwards, here's the backup camera. As I get close to this truck back here, it vibrates the seat and lets me know, the parking sensors let me know that I'm getting close to something, and it's actually vibrating the seat right now. It also gives me a visual reference up here on the screen, showing me where the actual item is that it's alerting me about. Same thing if I put it in drive. So I go in drive. Now I'm going to go toward this vehicle in front of me here. As I get close to it, get closer, and then it's going to give me an alert here. So you can see the alert here showing me in the front. You can see it could be on the side or in the very center, and those are the alert system for your parking sensor and your backup camera, and it actually vibrates the seat to get your attention. I think that's pretty neat. And you have a back button to go back out of certain screens, then quick radio and media buttons here as well, and change through your tracks. Climate control. So we have a 3-zone. So your driver, your passenger, and your rear climate control options here. Temperature here on the driver, temperature for the passenger. You can sync both of them here. Fan speed, where you want the air to blow, your front and rear defrosters, air conditioning, and recirculate the air. Now when you put on your rear defroster, it also turn on your heated side mirrors as well. And then your rear climate control, you can adjust it here. You can also lock it out in the back so you don't have kids playing around with it. You can control it up here only. Your heated and ventilated seat controls are here. So it's a 3-stage for your ventilation and your heat. So you can have your back or your both parts of the seat. You can adjust those independently. And then your heated seat controls there. Same thing for your passenger. Okay, so I like this nice sleek look, but it is functional because you can lift this up, and this is where you'll find your USB inputs, as well as a 12-volt power supply and a place to prop up your phone. So it just kind of has this spot right here to prop up a cell phone, plug it in. This is where you'll have the easiest way to keep your phone plugged in for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Alright, this lifts up, and this is where you'll find your cup holders, and it's open on the middle for handle for your mug, or you could just simply use that for anything other than your cup or whatever. You can just use it for anything you want. And this is all this is rubberized on the inside, and it has a little rubber tray in here as well. Alright, so here is this little space for putting your cell phone, and this is a wireless charger. So basically just putting your cell phone here will automatically activate it, and it'll start charging your phone if you have that type of cell phone. Now it will also work with a case, so even if the case is on the cell phone, it'll still charge it. Now you can put stuff in here if you want, but if you put small items in here, you can see by the little graphic there that it'll interfere. So if you put change or whatever and then put your cell phone there, then it won't charge. It's not going to cause a problem for using this for just stuff. It's just going to interfere with you charging your cell phone, that's all. Okay, so this is your armrest, soft to the touch, and pretty good size. And it's wide enough to share with your passenger. This center portion kind of serves as a property line to keep your passenger arm out of your way. So let's go ahead and lift this up. And you have a tremendous amount more pockets and cargo space. So you have this tray here, put some stuff, coins. You have this tray. This lifts up, so you have a little secret compartment in there. You can also take this entire tray out. You can see the depth of it. So you can take those trays out, and then you have this very large cargo space, and you can hang file folders in here. From here to here is intended to be the same size as a file folder. that you can use this as like a file cabinet to keep track of papers or whatever. Also, your business cards here, 12-volt power supply, little storage space there. You can put your key in there if you want, and then you have your auxiliary input and 2 USB inputs. Wires can go in and out of the compartment right here. Okay, so you have your OnStar and your emergency roadside assistance, and also talk to an operator. All these buttons here as well. And you see the rear view mirror is auto dimming because I have a shade of the light sensor, and the driver's side mirror is also auto dimming. Something you normally don't see during the day, and it's only the driver's side that auto dims. So you have some little lights up here, your HomeLink garage door opener controls, and then your this is for your sunroof, which we'll get to in just a minute. And then this is for opening up. When you open up your power liftgate, you can have it open up as a maximum 3/4 or off. So basically, if you have a low garage and you don't want it automatically lifting up, then you can turn that off. Or you can have it 3/4, so that way it doesn't lift up all the way. Or you can have it just maximum, whatever you know your needs. Your interior lights, you can turn all on by pushing it over here, all off, or you can have it turn on with the door in the center position. Okay, so right here we have a place to put your shades. And it has like a foam padding on the inside. Close that up, push this, and we have a little conversation mirror. And keep an eye on everybody back there. Okay, so your visors have mirrors and lights, and the lights slowly turn on. Looks pretty neat. And they turn off quickly. This also extends out. And it's made of like a cloth material, sort of like the headliner. Okay, so let's look at the visibility in the back. So I have one side down, one side up, so you can give you an idea of what you're dealing with as far as the seats being in the way and as far as your visibility. But it has a lot of windows back there and should be able to see fine. Of course, you have your blind spot monitor system, parking sensors, backup camera, all kinds of safety features as well. So here we go, we're gonna go for a test drive and check out the 6.2 liter 420 horsepower Suburban. So I'm really impressed with how quiet it is, for one thing. And at an idle, it's like super quiet. And it's not that loud accelerating. I like me personally, my preference is to have the power without all the noise. Because if you want to have a conversation and with the people in the car, and if you got this really loud exhaust, rumbling the entire time, then kind of distracting and takes away from the comfort of the vehicle. So far this is perfect because I'm able to not hear the engine so much. Very smooth and comfortable ride. We're going to take it out on the highway. This is going to be kind of like a normal test drive video, in which if you actually went to the dealership, this is the test drive route that you would typically go on. So the magnetic ride control is able to adjust the stiffness of the suspension like constantly as you're driving, depending on road surfaces. And my cell phone is charging in this case, so it's one thing people question whether wireless chargers can charge through a case, and this one's actually charging through a case, so works out fine. Now for the size of this vehicle, man, is it nimble. It just feels good. There's no rolling or anything going around this exit ramp. A lot of traffic today, so I was hoping to do a little bit of acceleration here, but when the speed limit's 65 and everybody's going 55 and it's bumper to bumper, not much you can do right now. There's a loud truck up here, so we can see what I'm talking about. We're going to get up pretty good. Get up to speed, and it's not too loud. I was able to go there and get that passing speed pretty quickly without making a bunch of noise like this truck over here. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not sure why all the, maybe on the way back we'll have a little bit less traffic. Very impressed with the ride quality, the ease of driving. It doesn't feel like a big vehicle. It feels like a pretty standard style SUV type. It's just the brakes are very responsive. The steering is super easy. If you can drive a Chevrolet Spark, you can drive this vehicle. I know this isn't a hot rod vehicle or anything. It's not intended to be like a hot rod, but it does have some performance that's really fun. Especially considering the handling and now we're going uphill. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a piece of cake. Made it up that hill, no problem. I'm going speed limit before I even get out on the highway, easy. Lots of room, wide open space. I had the heads-up display, which is a little bit hard to see with my sunglasses. If I tilt my sunglasses, I'm able to see a little bit better, but that's not really usable with these sunglasses since they're polarized. It's like I'm just finding myself just comfortable when driving with one hand, you know. It's just not hard to drive at all. And I like the fact that it's like wide open space up here and the seats are comfortable. I got the ventilation going because it's a hot day. This is a comfortable vehicle. I can get used to this. And I like two-door cars, so driving family around or friends or whatever in this vehicle is comfortable. Then you got that extra power in case you need to pass somebody or merge in the traffic or whatever. Especially with the extra people in the vehicle, you have that extra weight, having that additional power, especially pulling a trailer, something like that. Definitely good to have. Problem. As far as braking, big vehicle like this, no problem. Feels like a small car braking. Okay, so here we're coming back up on Judd Kuhn Chevrolet in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm going to return the vehicle. Took it for a quick test drive. They're an interesting dealership. I don't know if you can see on the 360 view, but they have unique classic vehicles, old Corvettes, motorcycles. You can see there's a Hummer. Yeah, this is easy to drive. Lots of Corvettes, new ones, used ones. The classic cars is what really amazes me. They have a lot of, they also have Rocky Ridge trucks. A lot of cool stuff. Looks like they're sold out of a lot of they usually have a lot more classic cars than this. So they must have sold them all. But anyways, there's been a quick real world test drive. So if you're actually going to go on a test drive, this is similar to what it would be like. This is not a racetrack video or anything like that, or doing donuts or anything like that. This is an actual video of me driving around on a real test drive. So here we are back. Thank you for watching. Look at the window sticker. So you notice that this says it's the Premier. So it's basically the Premier, the features of the Premier with the RST Performance Package added to it to give you an idea of how much additional features you have here. So you can see it just says black, interior jet black, There's your engine, transmission. But you can use the pause button to read all this if you'd like. All right, so there you have it. So it's a 2019 Chevrolet Suburban with the 6.2 liter RST Performance Edition add-on. Absolutely amazing. Excellent looking vehicle. The Suburban has always been impressive. It's a family vehicle. It's comfortable. It's safe. It's reliable. It's amazing, amazing vehicle. Chevrolet has done a great job on this, and I believe it's been out for a pretty good amount of time now as far as this particular generation. But this high performance model is definitely a welcome addition. I think a lot of people are going to love it. I know the Tahoes have been selling like hotcakes. So the Suburban just came out with this particular edition. So let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget about the giveaway. You can make your comment for that. And remember what I told you to say. I'm not gonna remind you, so you're gonna have to remember. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and thank you to Judd KUHN Chevrolet here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Actually, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Judd KUHN Chevrolet. I'll leave a link in the description. It's an excellent, excellent dealership. I do not work here. I don't get paid by them, but I do like the dealership. So, thank you.